Good morning, folks. Well, we've got some riverfront property today. So as you can see, this creek, we're up pretty high. The creek is there. It's usually down, oh gosh, 30 feet. But coming up, you can see there's our house. So our house is nice and tall. It's up from this crazy creek. But my goodness, I mean, it's really just right here. So it's, hello, right here. But it will not come up to our way because it won't come all the way up to the house is what I'm saying. We've got that field across the way that the water floods into way over there. And so it will flood over into there well before it comes up to our house, which is absolute blessing. Now, we did have a tree get uprooted there that used to be right there. That's going to be a little bit of an issue for erosion. You can see it took our cinder block wall. That was their paver wall. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. It'll be okay. We'll rebuild that up. But let me show you another area. Oh, there's a down tree over there too. That one came down. Let me show you another area that is a little problematic for us right now. So as we walk down here, we'll stop and I'll show you my planting. I can't remember if I videoed. No, I didn't. I didn't video me planting these things because I was heading to Wisconsin that very day. I needed to get them in the ground. I didn't want to worry about filming, so we're going to take a detour real quick. Of course, this is the tree that fell on our fencing here. So I did a workaround fence, and I'm still working on cleaning everything up in there, the debris that the tree fell on. We don't have any animals in here right now, of course. Well, we could actually, because I redid fencing. You can see I redid fencing around, and around the tree. So we have a nice little, I guess, bench of a tree here now. I hear you, peacocks. But the other day before I left for Wisconsin, I planted some itty bitty starts of comfrey and some hyacinth that were on clearance. And so, of course, the hyacinth blooms didn't make it. I didn't think they would. That's not a big deal at all. They're not pretty and bloomy. Hi, Uno. How you doing, love? But my comfrey came up so nicely. Those were itty-bitty little plants, and so I've got comfrey planted along here. That will spread like crazy, which I love. I'm going to plant some more bulbs, probably daffodils, along here. I gotta get that tarp out. But yeah, so just a lot of cleanup in this area that we need to do. So that was our little detour. And now down to the problem area. We had 7 inches of rain, I think it was, in 3 days. And maybe even more, I'm not sure. But the bottom of our lane, so our lane goes down, curves around, and then it goes back up there, you can see. But where it is down here, we have a culvert that goes, because there's a lake. There's a lake up there at the top of that hill. You can't really see it through the trees hardly. There's a lake up there, and some of the overflow from that lake comes down and goes through a stream under our culvert, or through our culvert through there. It makes a nice little stream that winds around. See, this is why it's hard to walk. The cats literally stop right in front of my feet and they want me to pet them. Do you want me to pet you, Uno? Do you want me to pet you? Yes, lovey. So I'll start walking and he'll just flop over right in front of me and want me to pet him. I'm telling you, these guys they're out to trip me. So in the dark it's even worse, like when it's night, in the night. So, oh my goodness, so much purple dead nettle that I can harvest. That's so good. It's got a little touch of frost on it. Oh, look at all that purple dead nettle. Ooh, that'd be so good on a salad. I'm gonna have to get some of that. So, my goodness, all flooded here. And down to the lane, there is no more lane right now. It is absolutely flooded. So, this is a problem. Luckily, we do have another lane that we can use, that we have easement to, that goes up past our neighbor Phoebe's property. The problem is, when this water recedes, it will take gravel with it, and that is just so frustrating. It is what it is. But this is about, oh gosh, I would say probably about 6 feet up, 7 feet up from what it usually is. And so just water, just lots of water. I know a lot of folks are dealing with this. A lot of folks are dealing with flooded basements, and I'm praying for y'all just in general. I'm praying for everybody with flooded basements. I have been for the last couple days. We are good on rain, I think, for 3 or 4 days. I think they're expecting a little bit of rain on Wednesday. It's Monday now, but I don't even know how much we're going to get. Uno, you're a cat. I don't think you like to go in there. He's like, oh, no, my paws. But anyways, praying for all those folks that had water in their basement. We blessedly, thankfully, whatever you want to say, did not have any water in our basement. But we have worked very, very hard to make it so water diverts away from foundation. We've waterproofed our foundation. We've just done a lot of work over the last bunch of years to make sure that we don't get any water in our basement, and we didn't. We didn't this time. This was a good test, and we didn't get any water in the basement this time. So what an absolute blessing. But once again, we worked hard, and that's what we're called to do. You know, there are absolute blessings, but God doesn't expect us just to stand by and idly just, you know, let go, let God, and just hope He takes care of everything for us. He could, and He does often. Sometimes we just try to screw it up. But He also calls us to be diligent with the resources we have, what we have, our skills, and to work hard, to steward well the blessings that He's given us. And one of our huge blessings, of course, is our house, and our home, and our land, and oh my goodness, all the green growth. I mean, just even the weeds, y'all, just the weeds, greenery. So as we're walking up here, I need your guys' opinion on something. So if you go back and watch my orchid video, my experiment with growing an orchid outside, it worked beautifully in our climate. I'm going to do it again this year with a bunch of my orchids. But I wanted to do an orchid in this tree, well, in the hole of that tree. But I found out that it was like a deep hole that just went down, and so I really couldn't. Well, now the tree is obviously no more. It fell that way. But I looked in here, and what I was thinking about doing is taking all like the bark and the sawdust and stuff like that and filling this hole. Let's see if there's anything in there. There's not. Filling this hole down in there, and I've even started already doing it. But filling that hole and then going ahead and putting an orchid in there, and that'd be so pretty coming out. And so, I mean, like even these pieces, these big pieces, I can use to wedge in there and just make it so that it doesn't have to be completely full, just has to be where the orchid roots can kind of hang on. But look at all this bark and all this wood that I can put in there. I mean, all of this is just extra stuff that I can put in there to fill it up, and there's an orchid going in there. There's absolutely an orchid going in there this year. So look at here, I just noticed we have a wonderful volunteer blackberry start. Beautiful little blackberry vine here. We'll have to transplant that so that the deer don't get it. My goodness, the deer would eat that, and the berries. There's another one there. Nice. So we don't want the deer to eat those. So we'll transplant those into our blackberry. Oh, hi, Dose-a-Doo. We got Dose. We got Uno. Brothers. Where's your brother Trace? How you doing, lovey? Yeah. Always followed by a bunch of cats. Oh, Elliot. Why? Why, Elliot? Let's see. Elliot's out. Little stinker. Why aren't you with your ladies? He's a wether, not a buck, so it's not like he can care about the ladies much, but... Hi, Elliot. Hi, lovey. Are you peeing? I think so. Hi, Elliot. Hi. This goat is so old. I love. He, let's see, 14 years old. Hi, love. 14 years old, and he's still an absolute escape artist over our fencing. I don't know how, but he is absolutely amazing. Aren't you, Elliot? I love you. Yeah, you're peeing. Okay, guys. Well, you've seen cats. You've seen a goat. You've seen our flooded creek. Our new river. So I think that's it. I think that's all the excitement y'all can handle for one day, and I need to go inside because the dogs are in there and who knows what they're getting into. So you guys do what you can with what you have wherever you are, and I hope you enjoyed this little video of our new river and just a little, I don't know, a little hodgepodge of the property. We'll do more of these videos. I think people really like to see our property. I have a huge cleanup project going on with the property over the last year and a half with my shoulder. being bum shouldered and having the rotator cuff surgery, I have neglected our property tremendously because I just physically couldn't do it. And so now I'm getting back on it, and I'm probably, even though it's kind of embarrassing, I'm probably going to take y'all along. Hi, Uno. I'm sorry, I get diverted. I get distracted by cats all the time. But I'm going to take y'all along to do these projects and get the homestead cleaned up and get it ready for life. And so the first thing is probably going to be the garden, and then just little projects along the way. So there we go. Elliot found some pine branches. Love you, Al. See you later. Bye-bye.